My coworkers hate me. The backlash from exposing our most valuable secrets from Magic Kingdom and Animal Kingdom in our last 2 videos has been nearly unbearable. But I'm back to expose our most personal secrets about how my coworkers and I, who go to Disney World every single day, survive Epcot. I'm scared. I work with some of the smartest people I've ever met in my life, and every day of our lives we put all of our brain power towards analyzing every single detail of Walt Disney World. Not only that, but we have someone in every single Disney World park every single day, including me. All of this knowledge and know-how has made us very opinionated about the right and wrong ways to do Walt Disney World, and you are about to be the recipient of all of that knowledge. We came up with the top 10 rules for conquering Epcot, as decided by myself and my fellow AllEars reporters who go to Disney World every single day. Well, here we are again, once more, arriving by rideshare to the TTC. And I know what you're thinking. Breedlove, they're editing this into the wrong video. You're going to Epcot today, and you are absolutely correct. Thank you so much for the conversation and for getting us here safely. And here we are, we're arriving at the TTC because that is our very first rule today for Epcot. We arrive by monorail. The TTC has 3 different monorail lines to choose from, and all of them are very useful for different situations. All the way to the left is the resort hotel monorail line, which gives you access to the Polynesian Village Resort, the Grand Floridian, and also to the Contemporary Resort. Then next to that is the Magic Kingdom Express monorail that takes you from the TTC to Magic Kingdom and back. And then over here is the monorail we'll be taking today. It is the Epcot monorail, which gives you access to Epcot. It's an appropriate name for this line, Epcot monorail. I guess that was probably so obvious I didn't even need to say it. But you know what? We're spending a fun day together in Epcot, and I'm going to be saying a lot of things that I probably don't need to say, because you and I think we go way back in our love for this very magical second park in Walt Disney World, opened in 1982, a year after I was born. All right, now we can talk a little bit about why we as AllEars reporters always take the monorail to Magic Kingdom. Entering Epcot through the front entrance and encountering all of the big construction walls might feel a little bit depressing when you are coming as a guest, especially if you haven't been here in a long time, because let's face it, these walls have been up for a really good number of years. If you arrive by monorail to Epcot like we're doing today, you as well get that opportunity to see behind the walls first, because the Epcot monorail takes a loop around the area formerly known as Future World first, giving you a glimpse into the park. So when you actually enter through the front gate, you have the experience of knowing what's back there, seeing how much progress has been made, and it ends up feeling more aspirational and inspiring than depressing and kind of gloomy. This is all World Celebration, and these are going to be buildings, stages, event spaces for the various festivals, and I'm very, very excited for it to be completed and open. And here is Moana Journey of Water, and you can see it is so far along. It looks amazing, and over here it's continuing. There's some rock work being done right now. Yes, there's a lot done. Yes, there seems to be a lot of work still to do, but it's a lot more complete than it was. It'll be unbelievable to actually walk around it when it's open. Literally watched it from dirt to foundations to, you know, whenever it opens. Because because we went through security at the TTC, we don't have to go through security at Epcot as well. We're already inside the security bubble. So all we have to do is head to the gate, scan in, and we're in Epcot. I don't really think there's an advantage to going through security at TTC versus Epcot. Sometimes the line will be longer at the TTC, sometimes the line will be longer at Epcot. So I wouldn't choose that as a reason to arrive by monorail, but definitely right now with those construction walls, being able to look inside, I think it is, I don't think it's just something fun to do. I think it's something really important to do because it helps you understand what's going on and it helps you look forward to the future, which is what Epcot is all about. Our next rule, we do Epcot in reverse. Oh man, does that mean we have to leave the area formerly known as Future World? Yes, it does. The majority of people coming to Epcot for the day are entering through the front entrance of the park, which enters into the area formerly known as Future World, soon to be known or now known as 3 different areas: World Discovery, World Celebration, and World Nature. And because people enter through that front entrance, they usually get distracted by Spaceship Earth. They see the giant geodesic sphere of Spaceship Earth, which is the icon of the park, but it's also the home of a ride by the same name. So people look at that and go, oh, let's start our day there. You know, what's more Epcot than that? I fully agree. There is nothing more Epcot than that, but stopping there is a big mistake when you first enter in the morning because everyone else has the same idea. And consistently, I will see wait times of 45 minutes in the morning for that ride, which is, I'm sorry, keep an eye on the My Disney Experience app because you will see that time drop to 5 minutes later, and that's 40 minutes you're wasting in Epcot. So we recommend, as reporters, our game plan is we don't start with Future World, we start in World Showcase. And that is because everybody else is doing the opposite thing, and we have World Showcase almost completely to ourselves. But starting in World Showcase isn't the only way that we do Epcot in reverse. No, we do something controversial. Big surprise, in that we don't start with Mexico like most people say is the only way to start. We actually start in Canada. Now, the reason so many people insist on starting in Mexico is because it is very popular to do something called drinking around the world, in which you go to each country around World Showcase, you get a drink from each place, and then you end up, you know, drunk around the world. But, you know, there's the old saying, beer before liquor, never been sicker. Well, in Canada, the beverage of choice for most people is going to be beer, which is why it has the reputation for the place you want to end up in. And you want to start with Mexico so you can layer your alcohol appropriately with the least chance of you getting sick. But my fellow reporters and I, we're not drinking, we're working. We're walking 6 to 10 miles in the heat to you know, cover every detail of Walt Disney World, and drinking alcohol, it's not only not a priority, we can't do that. So we start with Canada, because while everybody else is starting in Mexico, we're over here in Canada having a nice morning almost completely by ourselves. Our next rule, Club Cool is a rule. All of our reporters agreed, which is very rare. Club Cool isn't just a recommended experience. This is required for any day you are spending with your family or your travel party in Epcot. Free soda. You heard that right. You get free soda, and not just any kind of soda, but unique sodas from all around the world. You're provided with little cups, and you can go through the series of international sodas that are all made by Coca-Cola all around the world, and sample them. Yes, some of these sodas are popular because they're shocking, like Beverly from Italy, which is actually an aperitif soda that tastes very kind of herbal and medicinal, and it is a tradition when you're bringing someone new to Epcot for the first time to bring them to Club Cool, give them some Beverly, hype it up as being this really delicious soda from Italy, and then they get the fake out with the aperitif soda that tastes herbal and medicinal, and everybody laughs, and probably filmed it, and it's up on social media, and you could probably go watch your friends and family doing it now. It's that popular prank to play on someone. But you know what? There are 2 reporters on our team who said they legitimately love Beverly, so guess what? I'm gonna give it another shot. I'm gonna try it again right now, and a machine has opened up, and we are tasting Beverly. Okay, here we go. Little cup of Beverly. Okay, I'm gonna think about my fellow reporters now, the 2 that love this. I'm gonna pretend I'm them. I'm having a completely open mind. I'm walking here so we're alone. It starts out, I'm with you, friends who love this. It starts out, I'm like, okay, I'm there. It's a nice, it's a different flavor, but I like different, you know? And then, it takes another turn to this place where it burns my tongue. Maybe I'm allergic to it. Maybe they have special tongues that are impervious to the burn, the Beverly burn, if you will.
You got Beverly burned.
I have to show you, though, my legitimate, actual favorite, which is cucumber Sprite from Russia. I actually go to Disney Springs, to the Coke store, to the rooftop beverage outlet. I don't know, I want to call it a bar, but they don't serve alcohol there. They used to, but they don't anymore. But they do sell lots of interesting concoctions and creations using Coke products, including Coke products from around the world, one of them being the cucumber Sprite from Russia. And you're actually able to buy a large size soda portion of this. And a lot of times when I'm there, I'll do that because it tastes that good. Yeah, this is great. It's not too sweet. It's a lot less sweet than many of the other sodas that are on tap over there. And the flavor is kind of like, is it called spa water when they add like cucumber and citrus to water and serve it to you in, you know, big pitchers, dispensers in a spa. It kind of tastes like that, but sweet and carbonated. So that sounds good to you, then I highly recommend you come in here and maybe try a sample at Club Cool, and then go to the Coke store at Disney Springs and buy yourself a large size with ice. Speaking of hydrating for free at Club Cool, that reminds me of our next rule. We don't pay for bottled water. There is so much free ice water available to you all over Walt Disney World, but especially in Epcot. There is absolutely no reason to purchase bottles of water while you are here. What do we do instead? Ask nicely from a cast member for a water cup. And in the case of Epcot, pretty much everywhere you go and fill it up yourself for free. We are in Connections Eatery. I am going to go up to a mobile order pickup window and ask nicely for a cup of water and see what they say. Amazing. A cast member immediately handed me a water cup and was very nice about it, and it seems like a thing they do all day, and it's something I've done before. I just wanted to check on it today and make sure before I sent you here to do the same thing that it was still the policy, and indeed you do get water cups if you go up and ask nicely from one of the mobile order stations. The reason this is one of my favorite places to get a free ice water is because of the fact that you get to serve yourself here. Sometimes the water spigot is inside the Powerade, sometimes it's in the Minute Maid Zero Sugar Lemonade. Today it was in the lemonade. So I don't know. If you really want to think about this too much, sometimes I think that it tastes a little bit, the water tastes a little bit like the drink that it's dispensed with. So I'm gonna give this a try and see if it tastes like lemonade. It tastes nothing like lemonade to me, but that's okay. It's still really delicious water. Let me try the ice. It's the good ice, in my opinion, the ice I love. It's my favorite ice, the soft ice. And you can get it here at Connections Eatery in your free cup of water that you asked nicely for. And 10 out of 10, recommend the water at Connections Eatery. Oh, this is very exciting. I've not yet shown this, I don't believe, in a video. This is my favorite free ice water in Epcot, maybe in all of Walt Disney World, because it's hidden around this wall here. You come back here and you take a cup and the water's here. It's serve yourself. Look at how ice cold it is. And it is completely hidden inside Spice Road table behind this wall, and you just go back there and serve yourself. Have you ever heard anyone be so excited about free ice water in their life? Please don't take advantage of this and fill up your water bottle, okay? Let's be great neighbors and great guests, and you know, not take up too much time at the water station, and also not take up too much of the water. But this water is consistently delicious. You're not gonna get ice in it because it comes out of a pitcher, but that's okay because it's ice cold because it's been sitting in ice, and it's very, very delicious water that you can serve yourself over here in this part of World Showcase where it's hot and you've already been walking a lot if you didn't take the boat, and you need some ice water, because I know I do. Woo. Here at Regal Eagle, you can walk up to the mobile order pickup window and request a water cup and then fill it up yourself. And that's what we're gonna do right now, and taste the water and see how it is. Great news, it is the good ice. It's perfect. I love this free water. I love that you can fill it up yourself, and it has the kind of ice that I love. I think Epcot might be the epicenter of great free water in all of Walt Disney World. I'll show you, there is yet another station to fill up your water before you walk out the door. So even as you're headed out the front door, you can stop here and fill it up with ice and water one more time, and I recommend that you do. And I also recommend, if you have time, stopping at Regal Eagle and having some barbecue. The barbecue jackfruit burger is something that I do get all the time here in Epcot, and I really, really, really love it. Almost as much as this free ice water. Sunshine Seasons. They have the free water cups out here for you to grab yourself. They have the ice dispenser with my favorite kind of... It isn't the same. I was wrong. Well, they've got delicious ice. It's square ice. And look at that. I mean, that could not be easier. Now, I do always make a point to go by the register to show that I haven't put soda in the cup, and to make sure everything's okay. I just want to make sure I'm telling you it is not soda, it is water. Thank you, thank you. Have a great day. I appreciate it. Thank you. And he was so nice. Everybody here, so I love the Land Pavilion. Why do we ever spend time anywhere else? So I have to say, ease of retrieving, of procuring the water, Sunshine Seasons is number 2, because number 1 is Spice Road Table. You walk up, it's outdoors, the cups are there, you don't have to check it with anyone and show that you aren't stealing soda because it's just ice water out there. And then in terms of ice type, it would be second to the other waters that had ice today, Connections and Regal Eagle, which have that really soft kind of tubular ice. This is wild. I will be really surprised if this epic description makes it into the video. But in terms of flavor, I would say all of the waters that we had today in Epcot were really delicious water. Our next rule, we go shopping. Epcot has by far the most unique and authentic shopping that you can do in Walt Disney World. This is Mitsukoshi, which is an actual department store in Japan that opened in 1673 that you can shop in here in Epcot. How wild is that? Look at this. Incredible. This is a picture from 1904. This is the very first store from 1673. The first retail store of the Mitsukoshi organization. You can see shopping was a different experience at that time, but probably not that different. You come in with money, you have a list of things you need to get, and you walk out with hopefully some really interesting, beautiful stuff. You can easily find a souvenir for a person who has everything here. So if that is a concern, you know that person, they've just got it all. Maybe they've been to Disney World a bunch of times and they've got all the everything from the current or new merch collection, and you're like, what am I ever going to get this person? You know, you can get them an awesome coffee or teacup with a lid. I love these. These are $16.95, which is less than a lot of the other mugs and cups in Walt Disney World are. And that brings me to another great point about shopping in World Showcase stores for souvenirs, is that you can find things, very, very inexpensive things. Not only are they unique, completely unique to World Showcase, in terms of shopping in Walt Disney World, but you can find things at prices that will, wow, see, I didn't even know, I just picked that up to see $3.95, and probably the most popular Japanese item in Mitsukoshi for people who are shopping in Epcot. It's gonna be the Japanese candies. And I'm gonna go out on a limb and say probably the most popular of the Japanese candies are going to be the different flavors of Kit Kat, flavors that we don't have normally in the US. Here is milk tea flavored Kit Kat, matcha latte, which is so cool, strawberry Kit Kats, they've got an orange chocolate, and then down there, probably the most popular is going to be the green tea Kit Kat, which is quintessentially Japanese and quintessentially American, and then it's Kit Kat, so it's a kind of a cool representation of our two cultures together, just like Mitsukoshi here in the Japan Pavilion in Epcot. And all these flavors are $12.95 each, which is kind of expensive for a package of Kit Kat, but they are imported, so, you know, worth it, I think, right? But I am actually going to purchase today something that I get regularly, and I think it is so delicious. Hata soda, white peach flavor, okay? Now, I've had peach flavored soda before, but nothing that I've had has ever tasted as good as this. It is refreshing. It's not too overly sweet, but just sweet enough. And I'm gonna purchase this and bring it with us for a little taste test. Here at La Gemma Elegante, which is a store here in the Italy Pavilion, they have what they consider to be vintage pieces from Gucci, many of which are collaborations with Disney. Now, they're called vintage because they're not currently available collections. They are past collections that you can only purchase through vintage retailers like right here. And I always love coming and seeing what they have because they'll only have one of each piece normally in stock. And when it sells, it gets replaced by something else. You never know what you're going to see. And then back here in the back of the store, there is another store. It's a boutique called Bello Colloque, which is an incredible handmade mask store that offers, I mean, you're really going to be hard pressed to find anything like this elsewhere in the United States. Hello, how are you? I heard a rumor that you can come in here and ask for scary masks.
Yes,
and that they're hidden and that you can bring them out and show. Would you mind showing us the scary masks? Oh, I'm so excited. So this is something really super cool. There are, oh wow, beautiful handmade one-of-a-kind masks that are a little more intense maybe than might normally be on display. Wow, that is amazing. Oh my goodness, wow. Kind of nightmare fuel, but also very, very beautiful.
Beautiful,
really,
yes.
truly,
One of a kind.
the craftsmanship is just not to be. Wow, and what is that is so beautiful how that is sculpted.
Yeah.
What is the price of the full face mask?
Full face, 195.
195. I think that's, considering all of the work and
Yes.
that is very reasonable.
And there's one of Mauro. They come with an Italian note, poetically written.
Goodness, from the artist?
See, by the artist.
What?
He's,
This is so cool.
Yeah, he's thought while he was making it.
Wow.
And what did he want to say?
I love that. Kunstarbeit in Kustal in the Germany Pavilion is an Arribas Brothers location, similar to ones that you'll find in other parks, like Crystal Art and Magic Kingdom. But this one is unique because it has this. It has a crystal spaceship Earth. There actually is another version that they made for the 40th anniversary of Epcot, which was full color. It looked like the beacon at night and was very, very beautiful. That one was $90,000, but that was only available during the 40th anniversary of Epcot celebration. I did hear that they will sell you the full color version if you ask nicely. They do have some of them, and so that's cool. But this one is $79,000. That's all. And you can only buy it here in Epcot. House of Good Fortune in the China Pavilion has some very unique, very special, and also some very inexpensive souvenirs. This is a hat that I have seen people purchase and wear around Epcot. This banana hat is so cute. I always liked it. And it's only $15.95. I think that's a great price for a bucket hat in Disney World. You can also go shopping for legitimate fashions, okay? They have you covered. Hats. I mean, this is like real. This is real clothing. These are real fashions. $79 for that beautiful jacket. It looks like silk. And then if you forgot your purse, fear not. For $28.95, you can get this amazing, I think of it as being kind of Art Deco purse. I'm really stuck on this formal wear idea. I want you to come here and go shopping. I've had this fantasy before of somebody like losing their suitcase and needing to go to a wedding or a fancy dinner and having to come over to House of Good Fortune. So I'm sorry, you're currently living my weird fantasy right now. But for a lot of people who come here, House of Good Fortune is all about the unique Lay's chip flavors. And we are gonna buy one right now and try it. And I know exactly the one I want to buy and try. Just kidding, it has whey powder. I'm glad. That's why you always read the ingredients. Well, success, kind of. It's not a Lay's brand flavor, but Lonely God flavor potato twists are plant-based. This is vegetable flavor, and these are the ones we're gonna try. Oh my goodness. These are unbelievably good. These are like sweet and salty at the same time. And I do get that little bit of vegetable flavor, almost like a vegetable bouillon, but they're sweet at the same time. I love this soda. If you love interesting flavors of soda, you've got to give this a try. Even if you've tried other peach sodas, there are some regional soda brands in America that make a peach. I've had them. They're good, but they're more like a Jolly Rancher was melted down and turned into a soda. And this is a lot lighter and more refreshing, but still sweet and still really delicious. It doesn't taste like a health drink or something, or like a sparkling water. It's definitely soda, but it tastes like real peach, or more like real peach than other peach sodas I've had. It's definitely worth stopping in Mitsukoshi and getting one of these and just carrying it around with you and enjoying on your walk around World Showcase. I cannot recommend this enough. I'm obsessed with this soda. Welcome to Plaza De Los Amigos, where it's always nighttime, which means it's always time for Fiesta. I think that's right. Siesta? Well, it is nighttime here, and that means more energy to shop. I don't know. It's time to check out the best of what the Mexico Pavilion has to offer in terms of unique and authentic souvenirs. I love these. I love these so much that I sent a picture of them the day they came out to my best friend, and I said, may I please send one of these to you as a gift? And she said, yes, you may. I said, would you like me to send you pictures of a bunch of them and pick one? And she said, no, I want you to pick it out. And I did, and I sent it to her. So those are great. So check the current price, $34.99 for a hand-painted hat, and no two are alike. You can see this one is a sunflower, the sunflowers, a purple hat. I mean, these are really beautiful, really cool. And you can look through all of them and pick out the one you like the most. Our next rule, we use shortcuts. This is a former restaurant, now a kind of event space that does also serve some quick service offerings during festivals, known as Odyssey. When it first opened, it was a quick service restaurant that offered a really cool show with Mickey and friends that you could sit and watch for free while you ate with live performers. Now, that doesn't happen, but sometimes they do put up a stage. We've seen DJs there for different festivals in recent years. And for the last two festivals, they've used it as a merchandise location for the festival, which is really cool. So you can eat, you can buy some merch, and there are places to sit down inside. But that is not why we're talking about Odyssey today, because you see, we're talking about shortcuts, and Odyssey is undercover as a shortcut hub. You can get to and from some interesting places just by crossing over these bridges and avoiding the main walkways that lead from Future World into World Showcase. Over there, that's called World Showcase Plaza, and this area can get really busy. You can see how crowded it is, but there's almost no one over here walking on these bridges. So let me show you how to get around some places using this network of bridges that take you to and from Odyssey, but also to and from different areas of the park very quickly. Let's say you've just exited Test Track and you think, it's time now to start my day in World Showcase. I want to start over in Mexico. But you think, oh gosh, do I really have to walk all the way around here and walk down the center path that leads to World Showcase? So many people are over there, and it takes so long. I have to walk so far out of my way. Well, you're in luck. Do not walk out of your way. And among all of those throngs of people walk over here towards Odyssey, because not only is there a bridge that leads you directly to the Odyssey building, there's one on the other side too that leads you straight to Mexico. And we're here in Mexico, just like that. Do you see how much faster that was? Please don't take the middle path. Please utilize the Odyssey shortcuts. We're back at Test Track. Let's pretend you are exiting Test Track and now you want to go ride Journey into Imagination with Figment. You want to go all the way to the other side of Future World, the area formerly known as Future World, and you want to go to the Imagination Pavilion. Okay, so instead of going inside now and crossing through, we are taking a right and using this bridge. Yes, we are, and you can see straight ahead in the distance the Imagination Pavilion. So instead of having to cross over that way, which I know, it seems like it's kind of the same distance, but look at all those people walking. I'm always getting stuck behind people, which I'm sorry, I don't mean to, that's rude. I'm not stuck behind you. We're all taking on Disney World at our own pace. But, you know, people walk it at a different pace. And if you're trying to get someplace more quickly, this is a great thing to remember. Our next shortcut is the boat that takes us from World Showcase Plaza to Morocco. I feel like this one is going to be controversial right now because there were so many people that commented and messaged me after my no steps in Epcot video that you can watch right here if you're interested in getting involved in the controversy. It's a video series in which I'm not allowed to take very many steps, hardly any at all, but I still have to get a ton accomplished. And I did not take the boat in that episode, and a lot of people were really upset at me about it. I do want to point out that if I had taken the boat from Morocco over to World Showcase Plaza, I would have had to backtrack in that situation to Canada. All right, here is the dock, and I would have had to go all the way back that way. I know that's not a ton of steps, but when you consider the fact that I would have had to walk from American Adventure all the way over to Morocco to get the boat in the first place, really all I'm skipping is France and UK. And then I'm right back here, and I would have had to stand and wait for the boat, and then sit on the boat, and then disembark, and then walk backwards to get to Canada to watch Canada Far and Wide. So I just wanted to clear that up once and for all. That is why I made that decision. But what's exciting is that today we are going to take the boat because it is a shortcut. Technically, if you don't feel like walking and you want to zoom over to close to the middle of World Showcase right away. So it took us about 12 minutes, honestly, since from the time we got in line to arriving over here in Morocco, which I do think is a shortcut. And I certainly feel refreshed having sat down the whole time. Our next rule: we don't eat at festival booths. I know. Epcot is known for its food, and the reason Epcot is known for its food is because of the rotating festivals that come through the park and bring with them a whole new set of amazing food booths that we get to try. But on a normal day, when we're in here, Epcot, we're reporting, we're already walking outside in the heat for the entire day, 6 to 10 miles we usually clock. We want to sit down and eat indoors in air conditioning. And that is why we go to one of the 3 restaurants in Epcot that offer that. And here they are. Regal Eagle is a great quick service restaurant here in the American Adventure Pavilion. It is a barbecue restaurant that accepts mobile order, or you can wait in line. This is definitely a true and tried location for my fellow AllEars reporters and I. This is a place where we can come and get food and sit inside at a table in some very luxurious air conditioning. And I'll tell you what, right now, we are luxuriating because the air conditioning is working overtime. It feels great in here. And there's seating available. So I will be honest, sometimes the return time that's offered on mobile order is kind of far away. So I try to avoid this place during peak lunch or dinner times because I've waited a long time for my food and I have had to walk kind of a ways away. I actually walked over by the restrooms next to Art of Disney and I sat and I ate my food there one time. So there's not always going to be seating inside, and sometimes you're going to wait longer for your food than maybe you want to, but the food is really delicious. And I would recommend sitting inside in air conditioning and eating over purchasing food at a festival booth, standing outside in the heat over a garbage can and eating your food there. My love for Sunshine Seasons is the opposite of a secret. I am obnoxious in my love for this restaurant. It is cafeteria style. It is where I get my beloved Mediterranean sandwich. I've eaten it twice on camera. Out of 2 times out of the last 4 videos I've made. So I knew it wasn't time again to eat that sandwich with you, but this is an indoor restaurant. It is cafeteria style. So you go up to different stations and wait in line. The food is already prepared. They hand it to you. There are trays under the counter, and it is just like all of your cafeteria dreams coming true, which is an experience that I find I have many places now. So it's sort of a novelty to get to order food in that way. And then you come up to the register and you pay for it. They ring you up, you pay, and it's really fast. You get your food quickly because it's already prepared. And then there is tons of seating everywhere. I'm always able to find a place to sit in really, really, really good air conditioning. So I cannot say enough good things. Out of the 3 places we're talking about today, recommending Connections and Regal Eagle and Sunshine Seasons, this is number 1 for me. I love the food they make here, and I love the way it's served, and I love how quickly I get my food, get to eating, sit down. I guess I sit down first and get to eating. Everything about the experience is always good. Love Sunshine Seasons. This is Connections Cafe and Eatery. We're actually entering on the cafe side, and the cafe side is basically, I mean, it just is a Starbucks. It's a Starbucks location. It's the Starbucks location in Epcot. So if you have a hankering for a Starbucks drink, head on over here to Connections Cafe. We are going to walk to the other side, which is the Connections Eatery. Now, this is a location that accepts mobile order, and if you want to plan ahead and mobile order, and if you're like somewhere else in the park, if you want to walk across the park and place the order ahead of time, that's great. Right now, it's offering a time about 20 minutes away from now, and I think it's going to be faster for us to just get in line, order our food like the old days, and wait for it to be prepared. So that's what we're going to do right now. And there is a new menu item that I haven't tried yet, the California Burger. It is a plant-based burger that looks like it has tons of avocado on it, which sounds great to me right now. And we're going to give it a try instead of eating the Mediterranean sandwich at Sunshine Seasons, even though I still love it, for the 3rd time on camera in the last month. I do also want to shout out the Niçoise style salad. That is my dad's favorite. It is also plant-based, and he gets it every time he's here. I try to get him to try the Mediterranean sandwich, and this is all he wants to get. So shout out to the Niçoise style salad for my dad, who's also vegan, and his real name is also Craig. Did you know that's my real name? Yes, my name is Craig. If you didn't know, now you do. You can call me whatever you like, as long as it's nice. You can call me mean things too, I have thick skin. Also, this mango coconut milkshake is really delicious. It's also plant-based, and I 100% recommend it. I'm not getting it today. It's a little heavy. It's kind of a meal in and of itself. Sort of more of a smoothie than a shake, and it's really delicious. I would get it any day. I'm just not getting it today because we're trying the new California burger, a new menu item. But you can't go wrong with this either. Right, here's the California burger, the new burger at Connections. The big slabs of avocado that are shown in the picture are actually more finely chopped. Lettuce, tomato on the bottom. Some sort of plant-based mayo, it looks like. It looks good. It's good. It's cold. I've been walking around for a long time trying to find a seat. And the cold ingredients on the burger are cold and have probably made the burger cold. So temperature-wise, it's not a hit. But I was also walking around a long time, so you can't blame that on the kitchen. The fries are delicious. I would describe them as McDonald's style, a thin cut, really crispy, really salty fry. Though the fries at McDonald's are not plant-based, these are, and they taste really good. So temperature-wise, they're a little warm still, so that's a win. In general, I would definitely recommend going to Sunshine Seasons over battling it out with other guests here for a seat in Connections Eatery. It took a really long time to order. It took a really long time to have the food prepared. It took a really long time to find a seat, and I'm kind of in not the best mood, which I hate because I'm in Disney World. And I know that everything would have gone a lot more smoothly if I just went to Sunshine Seasons, waited in the cafeteria line, and I've never had this difficult a time finding a seat ever in Sunshine Seasons. So that is my number one recommendation. My new rule is maybe we don't eat at Connections Cafe and Eatery. I don't know. It is good, but I would not suggest you putting yourself through this in your precious hours here in Walt Disney World on vacation. Definitely not. Our next rule: we spend time in the exhibits. World Showcase has a number of hidden museums that are not only amazing and educational, but include actual artifacts. And because of some of them are very, very old, there's actually a requirement that they be kept below a certain temperature, which means that the exhibits are preserving these, some of them old, very old or ancient artifacts, but as a kind of byproduct, because it has to be kept so cool inside, you have a hidden oasis to come and get some air condition that is guaranteed to be pumping when you visit Epcot. Let's check some of them out and rate them not only based on how cool the exhibit is, but also how cool the temperature is inside. JutsuCon is a gallery space here in World Showcase. This one is located inside Mitsukoshi in the Japan Pavilion, and for a really good number of years, it has featured an exhibit called Kawaii, which is all about Japan's cute culture. And first of all, I will tell you that true to promise, it is very, very cool in here and feels amazing. And it's also literally cool because kawaii means actually cute, not cool. I was gonna try to make another cool connection, but kawaii is really cute. And it's a fun exhibit to walk around and see everything and also cool off. Here in the Morocco Pavilion, you can visit the Gallery of Arts and History, which has rotating exhibits in the past. The last probably 4 or 5 years, it's been the same exhibit, Race Against the Sun, Ancient Technique to Modern Competition. And it's all about racing, car racing, racing on foot. And it's a really nice exhibit. And the best part is how cool it is. Yep, there are artifacts in here that have to be maintained at a certain temperature, and that means we get to enjoy some really cool temperatures in here. Can you imagine racing on foot through the desert? Oh my gosh, that is a whole other level of endurance that I don't even have the ability to comprehend. House of the Whispering Willows Museum, which for the last good number of years has featured an inside Shanghai Disney resort exhibit, and we're gonna go in and take a look at it. Now, this is probably the best of all the Epcot exhibits for air conditioning. I can already tell walking in, I am blown away. It is very cool. But what is also really cool is this exhibit where here you can see the Tron Light Cycle Run ride vehicle long before we got the ride here. You could come here and check it out. And it was very exciting to think about the fact that the ride might and then would at some point be coming here. Oh, check out that cool remote control toy that we didn't get in the US. Mickey looking tough on a light cycle. Some very cool Tron ears we also did not get here. And I wish we would. Check this out. Oh my gosh, you can actually see the thermometer that show what the temperature is inside there. And that is our proof. It has to be kept very cool in the spaces where there are important relics. Even in this case, even though they're not very old, they're still very important pieces of Disney Parks history and have to be kept at a certain temperature. Here inside the Stave Church in Norway, we have an exhibit called Gods of the Vikings. Now, this is the Stave Church Gallery. It's very intimate inside, so I won't talk once we get in there. But really, what you want to look out for starts on the outside, these beautiful carvings. They're extremely ornate and very authentic. And again, it is traditional to see carvings of this sort outside of Stave churches in Norway. And now let's go inside. 800 to 1000 AD. You better believe it's really cool in here. The temperature is nice. They're preserving history. Okay. Inside the Mexico Pavilion is an exhibit called Remember Me, a celebration of Dia de las Muertas. I love this. There is more time than life. I find that very comforting. But this is a really beautiful exhibit. It is tied into the film Coco. You can see here are some amazing, even older artifacts than in Norway. You can see these artifacts are from 600 to 900. It is very cold in here. Old equals cold, I'm learning. Our next rule, we don't use the best bathroom. This is the bathroom in Norway. We at AllEars.net have hyped the living daylights out of it because it is new. It's fresh, it's clean, and it's really busy. Look at all the people just hanging out outside. It's kind of the tangled bathrooms of Epcot, if you will. And that is why we might recommend it to you for being new and fresh and clean and awesome. But we don't recommend it for ourselves because we're not trying to get caught in a big crowd waiting to go use a bathroom. We're just trying to, get our business done and move on as quickly as possible. But did I say that in an elegant way? I hope so. Let's check out some bathrooms we do use in Epcot. I'm not gonna say this is one of the best bathrooms to use because it is very small, okay? It is one stall. It's not gonna be able to accommodate a lot of people all at the same time, but there is a restroom here. And it is usually very quiet. But again, that could change. It literally takes one person to go in there and it's no longer quiet. So that's why I don't want to hype it too much, but it's definitely a restroom to check out if you're in the Japan Pavilion and need to use a restroom. Update, I went in to use the restroom, and when I walked in, it was completely empty. And by the time I left, there were people waiting. So do with that what you will. It's still a really nice, it was really quiet and clean when I walked in. So luck of the draw with that one. But it's cool because it is completely hidden and a lot of people don't even know it exists. The restrooms over here next to the Art of Disney in the American Adventure Pavilion, there's Art of Disney. They're new. And they're huge and they're beautiful. They're usually very clean. And again, they're huge. Tons of stalls, lots of space, and lots of sinks. And it's just a great, really nice bathroom to use. So everybody unanimously agrees. It's like, I think this is probably everyone's favorite bathroom in Epcot. The American Adventure bathrooms next to the Art of Disney. There are other bathrooms in this pavilion, and I'm going to show you what they are. They're actually over by where the restrooms used to be, but they are family restrooms. So what you can do is walk out this side door at Regal Eagle and down this hallway and find some additional restrooms down here that are family restrooms that have doors that close and lock, and they're called companion restrooms. And there are two of them here, and there is a little indicator that tells you if they are occupied, and both of them are occupied right now, which is usually what I find. But they're great to know about because there's no sign pointing them out. I literally have to just show you all of the walk to get to my favorite bathrooms in Epcot. These are the best bathrooms in Epcot, hands down. I'll explain why. All right, you're gonna walk up to the Imagination Pavilion and you're gonna pretend like you are about to board Journey into Imagination with Figment, and then you're not. You're gonna take a right and you're gonna say, wait a minute, Breedlove, you're taking me backstage. I know it looks that way, okay? But you have to trust me, I've been doing this a long time. These bathrooms have been back here. Okay, yes, there is a place where cast members are going backstage. We're not going there. We're about to take a left to the most private, the most secret bathrooms in all of Epcot. Maybe in all of Walt Disney World. And as we turn, you see that almost no one's back here. And these bathrooms, which are pretty good sized bathrooms, they're not new. They're in fact decidedly very retro, very much like they were back in 1983 when the ride opened. And the best part, they still play the original music from the Pavilion. Yes, you will hear Making Memories. You will hear One Little Spark. It is orchestral music that is you'll hear Magic Journeys, the original, the theme song to the original Magic Eye Theater 3D movie. So this bathroom is more than just a great place to go to the restroom. It is a great place to get in touch with early Epcot and all of that nostalgia you have for coming here when you were a kid, unless you were born in the 90s, in which case, you know. The Land Pavilion is home to two different bathrooms. One is busy and one is not. Because I think people don't actually know there are two. I think everybody walks by the first one, which is right inside the waiting area for when you're waiting for your table at Garden Grill, just up here to the left. So there are always kind of a lot of people sitting here right now. It's more quiet, but you can see there are people here. So obviously, like, everybody knows these bathrooms are here, right? We've waited for our table, we walk by it. Those bathrooms are there, but there is another restroom directly under, well, not directly underneath, but one floor down, that is over by the entrance of Soarin'. And that's important because I feel like if it was next to the exit, everybody would be walking out this way, you know, like there's the exit, everybody would be walking out towards the restroom. But because everybody's walking into the ride, people aren't necessarily aware of the fact that these bathrooms exist. We have the men's room on one side, the ladies' room on the other. It's a large bathroom. Again, it's not brand new, but it's big and it's clean and it's a place to go. So check out the downstairs bathroom in the Land Pavilion. That's our recommendation. Our last rule, we always ride Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind. I was so glad that one of the other reporters said this because it is no secret, this is my favorite ride in the whole wide world. There are two different ways that you can ride Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind at the time of making this video. The first way is by joining the virtual queue. This is free to do with your admission to Epcot for the day. And you can join that virtual queue at either 7 a.m. or 1 p.m. The other option is to pay for an individual Lightning Lane reservation, which is what we did today. It's $15. And the reason I chose the individual Lightning Lane for us today was the fact that there's a much shorter wait for once you've returned, okay? Over in the virtual queue, you end up once you've scanned in, going in there and waiting about 45 minutes to an hour to actually board the ride. Whereas with the individual lightning lane reservation, it's, from my experience, been more like 15 minutes. Obviously, we're about to scan in and I am going to set the timer and tell you exactly how long it takes us today. But it's time. Let's go inside, my friends, and ride Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind. What did you think about what we've learned from going to Disney World every single day? Is there anything that we do to ensure a flawless day in Epcot that you want to try on your next vacation? Let us know in the comments below. If you like this video, go ahead and like and subscribe, and now go watch me do this exact same thing in Animal Kingdom. That's right. There are a lot of rules about Disney World, okay? 10 for every park. There were 12 in Magic Kingdom. All right, see you next time.